Hey, welcome back. Thank you for sticking in there with me. Got a little thought for you. But first, I want you to like, subscribe, and share this video with tons of people so that way the message is out there. Your likes and your subscribes and all that stuff, it helps us to promote this message of success and I don't know, self-growth and development and all that stuff. So I want to help everybody in the world become free and become greater and to live the greatest expression of themselves. So I want you to learn how to prepare for the season. There are seasons that come in our lives. It's ups and downs. Ecclesiastes chapter 1 talks about this, or chapter 3 talks about this, and about how the seasons are always moving in our lives. I want to tell you that Genesis chapter 8, verses 22, it says, while the earth remains, seed time, harvest, hot and cold, summer and winter, day and night shall never cease. So in your life, there's always going to be a season. It may be a good season, a bad season, a warm season, a cold season, but there's always a season in your life. It's September right now, so we're coming into the harvest season. And so there are certain things that you have to do to prepare for the harvest season. So, but then there's a lot of people who have never received a harvest and they don't even know what that looks like or where to begin. There are three primary reasons why you don't receive a harvest. Number one, you sowed your seed into bad ground. Bad ground is rocky, stony ground where the seed was just scattered but was not able to penetrate the ground. Bad ground has a lack of moisture. There's no nourishment. There's no, it's just really rocky, trashy ground. And some of us have been sowing our seed into bad ground. Number two, there's no water or an excess of heat on the ground or on the seed, and the seed is scorched and unable to penetrate the ground because it's burnt up and it's destroyed. Number three, you've been wasting the seed given to you. So seed is given to the sower to prepare for the harvest. But some of us, we have our seed and we are horrible stewards of the seed. I don't mean, birthing children and stuff like that. None of that at all. I'm talking about your finances, your gift, your talent, your abilities, your relationships, all of the stuff that you're stewarding, you've been a horrible steward over, and you've wasted the seed. That's a problem because you can't reap a harvest or expect a harvest if you've wasted all of the seed that was entrusted to you. So I want to talk to you about things that are going to help you. Number one, well, let me backtrack. So all of the things that we're doing as bad stewards, we're not preparing the ground, we're not watering the ground, we're wasting the seed, and we're not using our abilities and what we have at its fullest capacity. I want to tell you that is what's destroying you now. And it's time to break out of that and to prepare for the next phase of life. Wherever you want to go, whatever you want to do, you have to prepare for it. You have to have a vision for it, have an idea for it, have an understanding of what that is, become educated or learned in whatever it is that you're trying to do. If you don't study or try to figure out what all of these different ideas or thoughts entail, then you'll never be able to be successful at it. So let me start off with this. Ecclesiastes chapter 1, chapter 3, 1 through 8 talks about timing. Timing is critical to everything that you do in life, especially when you're preparing for seasons and you're preparing for harvest and change in your life. Timing is essential. There's a time to laugh, a time to cry, a time to dance, Chapter 3, verse 1 says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Timing is crucial. Sometimes we're moving before it's actually time to move, or sometimes it's time to move and we're standing still. Timing is critical. You have to understand the timing of everything that's going on in your life and when it's time to make those different adjustments. Sometimes it might be time to kick people out of your life. Sometimes it's time to welcome new people into your life. It might be time to find a new job. It might be time to go to counseling because, let's face it, you're crazy and you need a counselor to walk you through some of the stuff that's going on. Timing. Number 2, preparation. Preparation is heavy. Preparation means that make sure you have the right tools for the job that you're setting out to do. Make sure that you're prepared to make the different moves and different adjustments. Preparation happens when a farmer is sharpening and washing and getting his tools ready for the harvest season. More work goes into the harvest than it does into sowing seed. Farmers don't hire a ton of people to come out to help them sow seed, but they hire an abundance of people to help them gather the harvest. And so you have to prepare. There's a preparation period. Where are you going to put the stuff? How are we going to, what are we going to do with it? Are we going to sell it? Are we going to eat it? Are we going to bake with it? What are we doing with everything that we harvest? Number 3 is capacity. You have to have a place of capacity. So some buckets hold more than other buckets, right? But a full bucket can never receive more. So capacity means that you have to learn to give. You have to be a giver. Sucks because in our minds, in the natural thought, it's the more that I get, the better off I am. But realistically, the more you give, the more you can get. So we have to put ourselves in this thought process of giving. The more you give, the more it'll come back to you. The Bible says, good measure, pressed down and running over, men will give into your bosom. But that's predicated upon you giving. Givers always have. It's crazy. Think about it. There's people in your life who are always giving, and it seems like they always just have. But it's because of the law of giving and reciprocating. Because you give and it comes back to you. Next thought is work. Nobody wants to hear about work. James chapter 2, verse 26 says, for as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead. So you have to be a laborer. You have to work. If you do not work, you shall not eat. The Bible says a man who doesn't work doesn't eat. So you have to put in some work. It amazes me how people are so lazy and don't want to work, but they're expecting great things in their lives. It doesn't work that way. You have to put your hands to the plow and get to work. In the book of John, Jesus goes to work and his mom tells him, hey, the marriage parties ran out of wine. And he's like, hey, I don't want to do no miracles. Like, it's not my time to do the miracles. And his mom says, hey, servants, whatever he says to do, just do it. She was pulling on him to start working. And as he began to work, or when he told them what to do, his work, a miracle followed behind. And it didn't fill him, it didn't fill his mom, it filled the entire party. So I'm telling you that you need to get up and work. It's time to work. Without work, nothing happens. Without work, it doesn't matter what season you're in if you decide not to work. There's a time where you're going to have to sow seed, a time where you prepare, and a time where you reap the harvest. But all of that takes your participation. Stop expecting stuff to just happen for you. It's not going to just happen for you or whatever you're thinking. You got to work. It's unpopular to say that faith without works is dead because people are saying, well, it's faith and it shouldn't require me to do a whole lot. Well, no, if you're believing or you have faith for something, you'll step up and work towards that thing in expectation of it coming to pass. I just want you to know that your season is now. Don't matter how old you are, don't matter where you live, what color you are, what political party you subscribe to. I just want to tell you that your season is now. All you got to do is prepare for it, get ready for it, and your blessing is on the way. But again, I need you to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. If there's an idea, a thought that you want me to touch on, please don't hesitate to reach out. Hey, I love you. Failure's not an option.